Going to run through a quick install on how to put the UHF Oricom antenna in. It's in a few parts, a bit disjointed because I put the center console, like the actual brains of it in, and the speaker and the antenna originally was mounted at the end. As you'll see, we'll move it to the front towards the end of that. We're using Oricom for the UHF, which is through APOD. So we've got a lot of Oricom gear. And GMF 4x4, which is an Australian company, they supplied we bought the mounting bracket off of them. So support Australia, I guess. Opening the box, it comes in two parts, the antenna, and the box contains the controller, speaker and microphone. It does say it's micro size for easy install, so we'll see how that goes. All the parts out now. It comes disconnected to easily feed it through, particularly the wires. I'm going to now look at how I'm going to install it through, and we'll show you that process once I've established a way to do it. So, looking at setting it up, I don't have the benefit of having a nice little spot here to put a USB in. So, I'm looking at removing the underbench here, installing it, the brains of the machine underneath the steering wheel here, meaning that the cord should easily run to the fuse box here. You can see I've already got some double piggyback fuses from when I did the Blackview dash cam. It's located up here. I ran that all the way down through the trimming, so it's all undercover into here, and that's set up to run one fuse to run it while running, and the other fuse is to put it into parking mode and not drain the battery, so I can leave it parked for a long time and it'll record if anyone knocks the front of the car, or when you open the door, because it'll always tell me that the parking sensor went off just from me opening the door. I know it's not the tidiest. I'm no expert at this. Don't learn from me, but it shows that you don't have to be a genius to install these things. Obviously I didn't have a crimper when I installed that the first time, so don't look at the crimping. It's another job I've got to do is re-crimp it. Again, something you learn. You need a crimper. You're going to need it for your trip as well. Doing more research now. A lot of 12 volt work has got to be done, and that 12 volt work will mean that you'll have to recrimp on Anderson plugs, recrimp on random 12 volt things that fall off going down Gibb River Road, and that seems to be a common problem. So I've invested in that kit now, and it has heaps of different fuse covers and ability to do it. So that'll be my next job. To get in that fuse box, though, it's just a matter of taking off this here. So I'm going to trim this. I'm going to pull this trimming off here and find a nice location to place the brains. As you can see, they've given us plenty of cable to run to both the unit and to the fuse, with the whole point of it being unconnected to enable us to connect it before we connect it to the brains. Now, securing the brains under there, I'm still looking for the best way to do that. I will update you once I work out the best way to do that. And then I have my piggyback fuse, and I'm going to probably use that blue 15 amp down there, as that'll supply power to it while the car is still running. You can check that one of those 12 volt testers. You can see down here it tells you what it's for. It's 15 amp auxiliary socket. I will double check with the 12 volt tester just in case, but that should have power on while the car is running. You just use the 12 volt tester and connect to some metal one end, tap it on there, get some lights, boom, it's on. So I got my little 12 volt power tester. It's connected to the metal there. I'm going to feed it into here and see if I get a nice little light come up. I believe I should, if I get this right, get a nice little light come up. There we go. See, so it shows that even though the car is off at the moment, power is running, which means I'll be able to use UHF while I'm chilling, waiting for something. If the car's off, maybe the kids have run off and they've got their little UHF radio and I just want to get in hold of them, I can still do it, which is good. Again, another good piece of kit to pick up before you take a big trip around Australia in a caravan. So you can test what's broken in the van, whether it be the fuses. You might change a fuse out and something still not work. You can quickly test it to make sure it's still getting power, because all caravans are 12 volts. So this is all you need to test everything on board. And it comes handy when you want to confirm which fuses you're using for installation of bonuses. Now I'm going to set up my piggyback fuse, which is over here, crimp it on, set it up. The unit will just go underneath here. I just got to secure it in with some double-sided tape so it doesn't move around.
and I'll feed the cord up there, have the headset there. Everything's going to have to be cable tied in and tied it up under there. Make it a bit tighter than this mess here. And yeah, we'll have a UHF radio installed. All right. Had a slight delay when I found out that I actually had a micro fuse, not a micro 2 piggyback fuse. I've got the correct one, and I've done the necessary crimping of the red wire in. Now I've got to connect to that. We'll go earthing on that side, and that will piggyback into that 15 amp one that I showed before that has power on when it's not. So when you put it in, the 15 amp one will go on the bottom of this. The top one is a fuse for the actual UHF, and I need a 5 amp for that. So my crimping kit came with some connections I can use for the earth. I know it's on a red, but that shouldn't matter. It's just my wonderful wiring. But yeah, I'm going to connect that up, crimp that on as well. The earth will go onto the spot here, conveniently located. You can see I've already running the earth there from the camera. And that'll connect in, and then we'll install the rest. Alright, just installing the bonnet mount for the UHF radio antenna. When I bought the Oricom one, I didn't get a bonnet mount, I just had a tray mount, and obviously with the amount of stuff on the car and the back, it's not an optimum place for the antenna at this point. We'll just go around and show you where it is at the moment. So at the moment it's just tucked in around here. So once I put the actual antenna on too, obviously it adds too much height to go under stuff. So getting a bonnet mount, put it on the passenger side. That way I can leave it on. It should be no higher than the roof rack. Therefore it can remain on and not something I have to keep taking on and off everywhere I go. This will be a 2-person job. So my wonderful wife will be coming to give me a hand with this. It's amazing how much they charge for just a bit of CNC metal.
How much did you pay for that?
Like $90 just for a piece of metal. But it's designed to fit in here, use the bolts already fitted. It'll go onto those bolts and then hang out the back. So it won't affect the bonnet opening and shutting
fantastic.
at all. Then I'll have to rerun the antenna cord back through all this to come back up here. That's a job in itself because you can't actually take the antenna off without it. So that's a pain, but we'll do that after this, after I get a wonderful hand. This is the GMF bracket, Australian business, support local. They're the ones that cut the metal and shape it. I'm going to get the wife to hold on to this and put the weight on it, because I've already started undoing these bolts.
To hold on to this?
So yep, so I'm going to hold on to this and I'll take off the bolts. It's just because it's going to drop. One bolt. Oops. Ratchet. Get some weight put into it. There we go. So don't put too much tension on it. Swap it for the longer bolts. Once I take these washers off, may as well reuse the washers that they gave you if I can get them off. Oh. So they give you a couple extra longer bolts. And the metal.
Come a bit closer, Hudson.
So that's going to sit through like that. And the wonderful wife will lower it down again. It's just sitting over it, so it's just holding the weight so it doesn't move. And it'll line up. So bring it out a bit towards you. Yep, down. There we go. Get that one started. And I'll try and line up. Oh no. Oh no. I'll get this one started and I'm going to go diving. Experts we are. Alright, see the hole's too high up. Need to lower it. Lower it.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Don't do that. Right, you can take weight off it, like let it sit down so I can actually screw it. See how you missed it there? You have to...
It's in there.
Yeah, but there you go. You're holding it up. That's the problem because it's on the bracket there, so let it. Because it also didn't slide down. There we go. Alright, so that one is started. Now I'm going to go diving for the other one. Can we see where it went?
Yeah.
There it is. Luckily these fat fingers are fitting.
Do you need Harper?
No,
She's got
no.
little fingers. We'll just show you guys where it dropped. It's dropped like down in here. Anyway, he's got
See,
it.
we're not experts at this. We're winging it.
Thank you, Hudson. We had our son helping film. You can probably notice Brennan has a little bit of man flu, don't you, darling?
I do.
But
Right.
we've got stuff to do.
Yeah.
So he's just tightening them up now. As you can see, it's sitting underneath. Brendan's done a lot of the work on the ute himself, which has been great. He loves this car more than me.
No, I don't.
Oh, it's up there.
Not after the spring issue, I don't.
No, that's another issue we'll tell
Oh,
you guys
I'll get that
about.
GVM upgrade though, won't I?
Yeah, we're getting...
Now to test it.
Yeah, we'll take that off.
It should still shut flat.
There we go. Look at that. So it's just
And
popping
the
up
aerial
there.
will be mounted there. Mount I set up using parts I had around the house at the time because I didn't have the bonnet mount because it was another $90. So I just got to get this off now.
It off now.
The issue with these antennas is they're not easy to thread because they connect to by the bolt at the bottom, and you have to thread it from the other end. So you can't even like just take the antenna off and change the cord. I've got to go to the console and remove the antenna there. But small price to pay.
So Brenda and I are both APOD members. So APOD is for discounts for veterans. So when we ordered our Oricom, we ended up getting 25% off, didn't we?
We did.
And that was like close to $100, I think it was, off the radio. And we will be looking at getting a couple of handhelds too for our kids for when we travel away. If they go scooter riding or bike riding, anything like that, we're able to be like, hey, you know, where are you guys?
You have to come in.
We're going in.
So the next step.
So where's the system, Brendan? Show us the system.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Oh.
But I've got to get this up. It should just pop out like that.
Yeah.
There's the UHF.
There's all the cords and everything. Yep.
There is the antenna.
Oh, so that's the one you threaded up.
So that now has to be de-threaded. So, if I remember correctly, because as you saw in that antenna, I can't even get the old bracket off without de-threading it the whole way. So, I threaded it underneath the seat.
Oh.
This could be entertaining though, because I can't remember how I got it through there. Where'd it get stuck? Where did it get stuck? Ah, here it is. So,
Remember, guys, we said we'd show you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
well, you're seeing the ugly of the car now. It's definitely overdue a clean.
No, just how we working things out. Not everything goes to
Look at
plan.
this mess on the car. I really need to take this in for a clean.
Oh, look at that, guys. Don't let your eyes zoom.
Don't let it look like this.
Look, you're such a dad. Look at all the
You know
food.
what? I might have to take this in somewhere to get the inside cleaned.
Why can't you do it? Get the kids to do it. Give them $20. Don't know what kind of job they'll do. Oh, there's the cord.
There's the cord. Then I've threaded under the boards here, under the trimming, all the way up to here. I'm wondering if I can shortcut and just pull through here and not have to do what I think I have to do, which is fold down the seat. We'll see. I might get caught. This was going through the vents at the back of the car for airflow,
Yeah.
and I think it works. Maybe. Yes.
Oh, good. Good job.
Maybe. Hold on. What's the stuff? There it is.
Yes.
Right.
So he's unthreaded it now.
So now I can take my dodgy bracket off.
Did Did you make that bracket?
No, I repurposed another bracket.
Just unthreaded it. We've just unthreaded it.
I'm losing my nuts.
He's lost his nuts again. That's all right, I found
Keep
it.
that bracket in case of emergencies.
So he threaded it all through the back.
So now we'll take it all the way back to the front again. I'll just pop the... Oh, I won't pop the bit first, I'll put this on first.
Yeah.
So, re-put this nut and washer back on that I just took off. I think surely there must be a better system, but there must be a reason why they do it this way.
We're all new to this, guys, as well, remember? But we're just showing you what we've done.
Alright, so the nut's back here, the washer's back here. This mount, luckily I won't have to do all this again next time, hopefully. Because it'll go in like that, down like that, and then tighten the nut. I have to get the spanner under there. So I've got the wire back, obviously, re-threading it down. Threading it down, just down past here, down through the loom. There's a rubber guard there, just thread it next to the cords in there. And it is popped out.
So I'm going to keep an eye on this to make sure it doesn't.
It's popped out down underneath here. So I'll pull this through.
Yep, hang on. Wait,
Right.
a little bit tighter. Yep.
Alright, now, it's come out under the glove box here, through the loom.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to do now is just bring it up underneath this trimming here. I'll probably actually thread it underneath there so it's up secure. So I'll just take it over the bolt that's in here, because that trimming will go the whole way down there. I won't be able to get it through that way fully, but if I can get it past this bolt here so I can secure it up through some luck and management, I should be able to get it to come back down enough like that. So I'll use that bolt as an anchorage point so I can keep this out of feet, what have you, so that keeps that nice and up and underneath the glove box there.
Yeah.
And then I'll just re-thread that back underneath this the whole way by re-sliding it under the trimming here like I did on when I had it done the other way. Funny thing I didn't know about cars is just how loose a lot of the trimming is. For this reason, I always wondered whether it was hard to do wiring. It's awkward, but not impossible. So I'll get this through underneath this till I can get the end of it eventually.
Okay.
Now that I brought that through the trimming in the center console, I can just feed that through, tuck it under the trimming here, so it's all threaded through nice and tight. I'll go get a little cable tie after this, but I'll cable tie that up so it's tidy. Reconnect it, and one important thing they say, never turn it on while the antenna's not connected. I'm not sure what that does to the UHF, but it was in very bold writing on it, was that don't ever turn the UHF off without the antenna connected. Without the antenna connected. So that's connected up now. So what I'll do later, I'll get a cable tie it up a bit more. That'll all just get tucked in there. It's a Brainsy outfit, so you don't need to touch that unless something goes wrong. That just clips back on. All tucked away.
Good job.
What we're looking for at the moment still is a better way to mount the actual UHF, because I've run it through here because I don't have a fancy point there. I managed to run it through the extra little hole we had here. The mount I'm concerned about is just a general mount for on here. I just need to know what's the best kind of way to stick it on.
So if anyone has any ideas or suggestions.
I bought some fancy Gorilla Glue style connections and the mount still fell off. I heard the magnetic one's good, so I might look into that. But
that's just there for the moment, just till we can work out a good bit of space.
I'll go find the antenna, stick it on, and show what it looks like done. The attachment, so going on. Now we've got a UHF radio that'll actually do the job, get reception and everything. Still got to tighten the nut down there, and I'll show you with it. I'll get the wife to come with me.
the wife.
Well, actually, so you come this side because I've got to go into the driver's seat to show you. And the way I wired mine in, through my mess of wires here in the switchboard, another job.
Yeah, we'll look at that later.
Oh, I've got to fix up the dash cam, but is that it will turn on even while the car's not on, so it can still radio even if the car's off. I can chase down the kids or the missus if she's run off with the UHF. I'm like, oi, get back, it's dinner time.
Very good, well done. Another little hack for you guys.